My name is Andrea. I had a NET tumour diagnosed May 2015. I realised now that I'd been sick for a number of years and I'm kind of don't acknowledge sickness very well. So I said, yeah, I'm just stressed and my stomach's in a problem. But today, and I'm really quite moved by this, I realise how incredibly lucky I was. I was lucky that we turned right instead of left and went to the Blackrock Clinic one Saturday morning and to the A&E there. I was lucky that I was given a CT scan instead of the other scans that I'd had the previous year in which nothing had shown up. I was lucky, as I was admitted and being prepped for surgery, that Donal Maguire of the Centre of Excellence happened to be on duty that weekend. And I was lucky that Donal had suspicions that something was different about this tumour. And I was lucky I didn't have surgery the very next day or starting a course of chemo, because that would have been the wrong treatment. I've come through surgery. I've had fantastic help and support from you guys in the centre, for which I'll always be grateful. And I have recovered really well, so much so that I felt a bit of a fraud coming here today, because I said, NET patient? But I'm not a patient. I'm well. Now, I know many of you are not as lucky. I know I may come here next year. I may not be well, but right now, I'm really well. Tomorrow I'm going to a music session with my little niece and nephew. This afternoon I'm going to see a film, and it's fantastic, and I feel really well. But what I do want to take this opportunity to say is that I'm galvanized today to do whatever I can. I have listened to your stories, people talking. Nobody should have to depend on the kind of incredible, cosmic good luck that I have to get the extraordinarily fantastic treatment I got from your centre. And I will do whatever I can from today onwards to encourage and a wider awareness of NETs among GPs. And this isn't something you guys at the top table can say, but I'm saying it, and I am saying it on camera so that it can be used in whatever way is useful. GPs, oncologists, anywhere, if you think that perhaps your client's, your patient's condition may be a NET, please share and refer. Now I understand what Tommy has been saying, my very dear ex-colleague from RTE, Tommy. I'd hardly sent an email to him, and he was on the phone telling me all about NETs, and I felt so reassured. That was my turning point. But Tommy has kept saying to me, Andrea, I'm not going to let you fall through the cracks. I didn't understand until today what those cracks were. And I certainly would pledge myself to do whatever I can to help other people not have to depend on good luck to get the kind of treatment that's available to us, thanks to Donal and his team in St. Vincent's. Thank you.
I knew the PR was there. My own experience in this is I've come across a lot of people that over the years have been in a situation where they're with a doctor, the doctor diagnoses their cancer, and the doctor then, or the consultant, deals with them in their region, whether it's Tralee or Limerick or Donegal, they deal with them. And the patient, in their perspective, looks and hangs on every word that that consultant says, and they rely on that consultant. And there's a fear to move away from that consultant, and a fear of upsetting the consultant, and a fear of possibly falling between the crack then because you might upset someone, right? And that's a fear I've come across with lots of different patients. I would just say, like Dermot has said, and like everybody at the top table, they're willing to see people and they're willing to see you. But if it's a case that they see you and, as Dermot mentioned, they might refer you back to your oncologist or whatever, the way I look at it is, Dermot and the team, they manage my case. And Dermot has outsourced me over the years, over the last 10 years, to a bowel surgeon, a liver surgeon. He's outsourced me over to Sweden to get treatment there. And now he's outsourced me to a local oncologist in my own region in Wexford. But they are in charge of my case. They're my team management, and they're doing the best for me. So even if you are with someone and you're afraid of upsetting them, don't be afraid of upsetting them. Get the best care and attention here, and let them refer you back. But they're in charge of your care, and they're in charge of your team management. And that's just my experience. And if you can get that across to people, I think it would help an awful lot.
Hear, hear.
My own personal opinion, I was diagnosed under a private oncologist, and she is the one that encouraged me to go and get a second opinion, and she pushed it through. And that second opinion happened to be with Dermot O'Toole many years ago now. And that changed my life. But up to that point, she pushed me for the second opinion. Up to that, I was happy to stay there. I didn't realize. But I think what's coming out is that, you know, we do have to question the doctors that we are treating us. We have to know our own paths to treatment, what's available, and be well informed. It's really critical that we know what is there and what's available to us, and that's what the likes of today brings out. But I think as well, Jerome, it's very much about the system that's there needs to work to get people into the national system, to where the expertise is. And you know, I think from the patient network that we have, we are seeing cases of people that are blocked. They are prevented from getting in there by their doctors. And you know, there needs to be some sort of a national system. I know you're coming up with the strategy for the rare cancers, so we'll see how that works out. But I think we do have to work over the years ahead to try to make it that patients are properly being fed into the national system, whether it be for second opinions, comment, and referrals, even though they may be treated locally, but their cases need to be dealt with by the experts in the national system. Right, I want to wrap up. We've had a great day. I think it's been very beneficial to all. I want to thank you all for coming from so far away. I also want to thank the top table here, Per Hellman, for traveling from Sweden. I wish you a safe journey home. Justin Gagan, a very interesting talk. Deirdre Burke on a great talk on nutrition. Jerome Coffey, from the head of the NCCP. Dermot O'Toole, the lead for NETS. And Lisa Cullen, who solves so many of our problems. So thank you all, and we invite you all now. Oh, and Tommy Gorman. Absolutely, we would not be here having this if it wasn't for Tommy and the vision that he had to try and set this up and get us all going. And he continues to drive it forward, and he does so much work in the background. He deals with so many of us, and he always has a moment to talk to us and encourage us, and he is absolutely wonderful. So, thanks, Tommy.